The top 10 classes to play in WoW. Number 10, the Warrior. Warriors are a melee class you can tank, but the other tanks are better, and I'm not a big fan of melee. Numbers 9, 8, 7, and 6, Rogues, DKs, pallys, and shamans, the other melee classes. Number 5, Druids. They can heal and range DPS, but they also have a lame melee spec, so meh. Number 4, Warlocks. Number 3, Mages. Mages are fun, I guess. I use mine all the time to get footage because their ability to teleport everywhere is pretty sweet. Number 2, Hunters. A Hunter was the first class I ever made, and I used to raid on that guy all the time. But if you've ever been part of a hardcore raid team, you'll know that doing the same rotation for 100+ attempts gets very boring really fast. And finally, after much thought and careful consideration, I give you number 1. Priests. Priests are the greatest. They are the only class with 2 separate healing specs, and both of them are top-notch. The very first solo-healed heroic Garrosh kill was done with a Holy Priest, and the second solo heal was done by a Dis Priest, proving time and again that priests are just the best. Not only do the 2 specs heal like crazy, but Holy Priest can actually DPS as well. Now, while they don't pull as much damage as a full DPS spec, they can pull a respectable amount and switch to full healer on a dime if need be. Dis Priest can also DPS. Their DPS is nowhere near the level of Holy, but all of Dis DPS can heal. And this heal is no joke. It's a smart heal that can be spammed and has the range of the target you're attacking. So in fights where everyone is spread out around the boss, you can hit everyone in the raid while only standing in one spot. Plus, Dis Priests have huge bubbles to mitigate damage, and anyone who's ever healed a Dis Priest knows how much those amazing bubbles help. Now Shadow. Priest only actual DPS spec is also amazing. I used to be a hardcore Shadow PvPer back in Kata, and that was tons of fun. But even now, Shadow was pretty ridiculous in PvP at the start of Mist that they had to tone them down a couple of times by hitting their talents. In PvE, they can pull massive single target damage, AoE, and multi-dot fights are their best. Devouring play with Insanity is probably the most bursty combo in the game. And that's it for my top 10 list of the best WoW classes. I put a lot of thought into all these choices, and I think I gave each class a fair assessment based on unbiased opinions and looking at the merits of the actual class itself. If you disagree with the place of any of the classes, or my assessment on the class, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I believe I was pretty fair.